movies for Black girl nerds.
Ladies, you both play such pivotal roles in the series. You hold, you carry a lot of weight in the characters that you portray. Shahidi, beginning with you, the last time I saw you was for your previous project. Yes. And watching you grow as an actress, you were amazing in that. You're amazing in this. Do you like this lane of kind of this intersection of Blackness and horror? Is this a good sweet spot for you?
Yeah, I do love it. And I love horror in general, but I'm so glad that we get to use this horror genre as a way to spread awareness, as a way to create art from personal experiences that little Marvin and the rest of the cast has also experienced. All of the microaggressions and the feelings and the emotions that we all had together were real, and they come from real things. So it was a lot of fun to get to really portray that character.
Melody, it's very interesting to see you perform, and I can imagine this is very eye-opening for you as a young person to learn about these histories in the United States. Some things, the bigger things they teach you in school, but smaller things in places like Los Angeles where they think everybody's just happy. When you learn more about this, what's the most important thing you learned about this during the course of acting in the series?
I learned that you have to be very careful in Compton because Compton is all about white people. They don't really like Black people because they think they're always going to hurt them, but we're really not. And it's very difficult being in Gracie because Gracie is only like 6 years old and she has to be in racism and being haunted. And it's very terrifying. And when I was filming for Gracie Emery, I was like 7, so we weren't that like close apart. And it was actually very difficult for me being in myself. It was very interesting because I've never been in Gracie. I've never been in that because my mom has, I have never been in that. I wasn't born in the 50s, so it was like very new. When I started to read the script, I started to understand a little bit. And when I auditioned, it was very different for me. It's like, imagine if I booked this.
I can imagine. Shahidi, with this type of story, I think about when I see pictures of like the 50s and 60s at my age. I'm quite a bit older than you. And it seems, even for me, like it's just so far away, just this ancient history when it's not that long ago. My mom was born before that, for that era. When you, as a young person, see that era depicted, what do you think about? Does it seem as far away? Well, it's far away for you, but does it seem like ancient history when you see the pictures of that era versus being in the show and living through that on film?
It doesn't actually. It really doesn't. Just because my grandparents experienced the exact same things that I'm literally portraying in the role and in the series. So it really doesn't seem that far away. It's literally only like 2 generations away. And a lot of the TV and photos were in color back then. So it really doesn't seem that far. And I feel like a lot of the things that Black people were experiencing back then are still things that we're seeing in the news today. So it doesn't really seem like much of a change, but it does seem like a huge change in culture and costumes and art and makeup and hair. There's such a difference in growth and in change when it comes to that.
A lot of people already have some idea. They have ideas of what they think the show is about. Shahadi, what do you think they should not think about the show before they see it? Like what type of what notion should they leave at the door before they start watching it?
Yeah, when it comes to whenever I'm doing a horror project, I always hear people say, I don't do horror, but I'm going to support you. I feel like, well, number one, I would say that they made the teaser way scarier than the actual show. It's not, when I saw it, it wasn't too bad, but I'm also in the show, so I know what happens. So I don't know if I'm just biased. But I would really say that it is most definitely a tool for education as well. It's not just here for entertainment to be scary and to scare the pants off of everyone. I feel like it's actually here to magnify the horrors that our people had to go through. And I feel like it's something that a lot of Black people should watch. And I think that it changes the perspective of the experiences that we have to go through and still are going through. And it's crazy, but I love it. And I hope everyone else loves it.
Absolutely. Well, my mom, 86-year-old mom, really loved it, your performance. Thank you for your time, young ladies. You both did a really wonderful job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves.